Hello, dear all. Hope that you all are fine. In a series of this online lectures, we are discussing about the importance of examination of urine in diagnosis of diseases that are as described in Ayurvedic text. In our last discussion, we considered about the methods of collection of urine sample and almost four parameters were discussed that when it should be collected, that the time of collection and which stream should be collected, and hope that you find it as same as described in modern system of medicine. Now in this current discussion we will see about the preservation and physical examination of the urine. And now we will discuss about the methods of preservation or preservatives that is required to preserve the urine sample if there is a gap between storage and examination. Now, as you know that Acharya Yog Ratnakar have clearly indicated that it should be collected Nishantyame Ghatika Chatushtay in the last phase of night, and it should be examined. What have said, Suryodaya Tat Sattam Parikshit, means it should be collected in the last phase of night and it should be examined just after sunrise. So there should not be too much gap between the collection and examination. However, if there is any chance that it can't be examined within that short period of time, so in modern system of medicine, various methods have been advocated for the preservation of urine sample. Now you will see a number of methods as on the screen. So one of the good method is you can say that it is the best method for urine preservation is refrigeration. Uh, it is advised to keep the urine sample below 4 degrees centigrade to preserve the urine sample or to preserve the various contents of the urine. Uh, basically, refrigeration is considered as the best method for the preservation of urine sample, as there is no any chemical interference. It is just refrigeration, so there is no need to add any chemical. So, since there is no any chemical is added, so there is no any interference of chemicals with the contents of urine. So, why this is considered as the best method. And there are some disadvantages also of this method, that in some cases it causes a raised specific gravity and it becomes concentrated. That there is so it is needed that when you are going to conduct the examination, it is necessary to make it make the sample just warm at room temperature, so that is helpful. So any type of, if there is any type of ice formation that melts, and normally urine becomes on its normal state. And one of the most important factor which favors the refrigeration is that it prevents the bacterial growth. है ना? As you know that urine is very good medium to for the culture of bacteria, and if it is left open in atmosphere at room temperature for almost 24 hours, there may be chance of growth of bacteria. So if refrigeration helps in prevention of growth of bacteria also. Then there is second one is thymol, and almost 1 cc of 1 ml of thymol is required for almost 50 ml of urine sample. and it is good for the preservation of glucose and sediments. And negative thing is this that it causes precipitation of protein in some factors. So thymol is another preservative, and then there are some acids like boric acid. There may be dilute sulfuric acid. There may be some uh, dilute hydrochloric acid. They are also used as preservative for urine. And major thing is this that it does not interfere with routine analysis. Honest, it may change the pH as it is acidic in nature. So sometime it changes pH of the urine sample. And other disadvantage of this acid is that it causes precipitation of crystals, and especially calcium oxalate crystals. And it causes precipitation of crystals too. So this is the major advantage and disadvantage of boric acid. And one another thing, what additional information is that it is bacteriostatic. So it can be used for transport of sample for culture. And it so and third is formalin. Formalin is a very excellent preservative for sediments, and almost again 1 ml is required for 50 ml of urine sample. And major disadvantage is that it is a kind of reducing agent, so interferes with some chemical examination, so it is not preferred. And one of the best after refrigeration, one of the best method for preservation is addition of toluene. It never make any change in the routine test of urine, and it is just poured in sufficient amount to make a layer over the entire upper surface of the urine, or surface of the urine sample. You can say that sufficient amount of toluene is added in the urine sample that it should make a thin layer over that sample, and no exact amount is indicated, just quantity sufficient is required to make a thin layer over the sample. This is the best chemical for preservation of a urine sample. And if we are going to perform urine sugar, so sodium fluoride is considered as the best medium for preservation of urine sample. It preserve the glucose content of sugar content of the urine sample. So this is all about preservatives that can be used for urine sample. So as you know that there are some criteria for physical examination of urine sample, and these criteria are amount, color, odor, appearance, and here we will also discuss specific gravity of the sample. So these are the criteria for physical examination of urine sample, and we will see what are the relevance of each of this in various diseases that have been described in the Ayurvedic texts. Now among various physical examinations, we will discuss about the amount first of all. So normally in Ayurvedic text, a normal amount of urine output has been described as 4 Anjali, and in modern system of medicine, almost 750 ml to 2.0 liters per 24 hour has been considered as the normal output of urine in 24 hours, and amount less than 550 ml per 24 hour is considered as oliguria, whereas amount more than 2.2 liter per 24 hours is considered as polyuria. Now there are several references in Ayurvedic text too that does not indicate exactly amount of the urine, but there is indication of either bahumutrata or bahu that indicates that there is increased amount of urine in those diseases. Where first of all we will discuss about the udak mein. For, you see, first of all we will discuss about the polyuria, in which one example is udak mein. You will see there is a clear cut description as aksham bahusitam शीतम निर्गंधम उदकोपमम, है ना. There is aksham bahusitam, means bahu is there. I mean, amount, it bahu reflects amount, as well as same in the case of sheet में, there is sheet में ही सुबहुसु मधुरम ब्रस शीतलम, शीत में ही सुबहुसु मधुरम बहु शीतलम. So there is indication of सुबहुसु, है ना. You will see that, you know, that there is increased amount of urine is found in the case of madhume, and you will also see in the case of amvat, है ना. Amvat Acharya Madhav has clearly indicated there that utsahani vairashyam daham cha bahumutratam, है ना. In the case of amvat you will see utsahani vairasyam daham cha, importantly bahumutratam, that indicates amount is increased. And the same in the case of amjor is also there, that chunnaso bahumutatvam astabdhata balvanjara. There is chunnaso that I will not discuss here, but after there is loss of appetite, chunnaso, and then that is followed by bahumutratvam, and there is polyuria. The same has been referred in the case of nojor too. So there are certain disorders where during physical examination of urine system, on the basis of polyuria, you can think that either the patient is suffering from udak mein, sheet mein, madhumeh, amvat, amjwar, nojwar. These are the cases where increased amount of urine has been indicated. Exactly amount is not indicated, but there, since there is either bahumutratvam, bahumutrata, subahuso, that clearly indicates either there is increased in amount, and then there is mutra chhe. There are examples where Achar have described oliguria, where amount is reduced, as in the case of mutra chhe, mutra shad, and as a complication of visuchika. So if you will see there are mutra chhe, so what the Achar says that due to vitiation of pitta and vata, that leads to mutracha, and where reduced amount is produced. That I'm just considering it as a oliguria. However, some achar say that it is the classical example of anuria, where there is absence of formation of urine. And a mutracha is actually there is reduced formation of urine, and that reflects the renal failure. And in the case of mutrashat, it becomes ghan, so it becomes ghan, and so why its amount is considered as reduced. You will see there in the case of mutrashat, tada pitam svetam raktam ghanam srijet. What he says, tada pitam svetam raktam ghanam srijet. This is most likely, I think that this both of these examples are from Madhav Nidan. I'm telling you that Muktra as well as Mutrasha. And last one is the complication of Visuchika, where very clearly there are five um, complications of Visuchika, as Nidra Naso Varatikampo Mutra Ghato Visangita. Nidra Naso Aratikampo Mutra Ghato Visangita. So there here Mutra Ghati, there's Mutra Ghati. Mutra Ghat itself represents, there are 13 types of Mutra Ghat, where there is clear indication of there is problem of reduced outflow. So that all Mutra Ghat represents there are some kind of oliguria will be there. and depending on other features, you can say that if there is oliguria, we may consider it may be a different kind of disease depending on the presence of other features too. So you can see here that on the basis of amount of the urine macerated in 24 hours, we can find out several disorders that have been described in Ayurvedic texts. And now the second parameter is color, and there are a number of disorders. It is well known to you uh, that discoloration of urine have been described in various contexts. If you will see Pramay itself, it has various type of uh, discolorations have been described in the Pramay as Neel mein, Kal mein, Haridra mein. That it becomes Eloise. That there is Neel mein, Indigo urea. There is Mashi mein. There is Rakt mein. There is Haridra mein. So these all reflects change in color. So there are number of references you will find out if the second criteria of physical examination is considered as considered. So you can see there are number of um, uh, diseases can be assumed and their differential diagnosis can be made. So we will take some examples like color of urine. And the color of urine has been stated as uh, colorless. And a colorless urine has been stated. We discussed about in the case of polyuria as udak mein, to there was aksham bahu increased amount, and that is followed by sitam. It becomes colorless. Shwet, it becomes shwet, or it becomes colorless. So one of the uh, classical example is here is udak mein, and if you will see that in the case of Ajir, Acharya Yog Ratnakar have clearly indicated that uh, mutra of mutra in the case of Ajir may be Tanduloevat, what I have mentioned in a last phase, rice water, rice washed water color, and it may be colorless. Now, there are two classical examples that it is uh, its color is either colorless or rice water color urine it washed in the case of Ajir. And in the same, we mentioned it in the case of Nojor, the amount is increased. This is also from Yog Ratnakar. I now can give reference also that Naujare Dhum Varnam, Naujare Dhum Varnam Bahmutram Prajayate. So, color of uh, urine in the case of Nojor, it becomes of Dhum word, smoky, it becomes smoky, and Bahmutram Prajayate. So, both of these can be considered in the case of uh, amount. There is clear indication of Bahmutram, and in the case of color, it has been indicated as Dhumru Vardam Prajayate. So these are other examples you can see here that in the case of Pitta dose it becomes yellow. You are always known. Haridra mein hi you can see that these are the classical examples. Haridra mein Kamla Bahmutra Pitattum. There is, and then in the case of Pittaj Pandu it becomes Pit. In the case of Pittajwar Arsh, urine is of yellowish discoloration. In the case of Pittajwar, same in the case of Pastikundal is also there. That it becomes like that. And in the case of Ushmat, you can see there. If you see more in the case of Mutravat, what Acharya have described, you, yes, yes. Tada pitam svetam raktam. Now I have just said it earlier that tada pitam svetam raktam ghanam srijet, means here there is along with the reduced quantity, there is discoloration of urine is also described in the case of Mutrasad as Pit, Shwet and Rakt. Either of these. Tada Pitam Svetam Raktam Ghanam Srajet. Either it will be yellowish discoloration, it becomes Shwet, or it becomes reddish, Rakt, and it becomes colorless or whitish. And it is in the case of Mutrasad. Whereas in the case of Ushmat, what you will see Mutram Haridram Atva Sa Raktam Raktam Yocha. In the case of Ushmat, there is clear cut indication as a Mutram Haridram Atva. It becomes yellowish. There is yellowish discoloration of urine. In the case of Ushmat, either yellowish or Raktamev. It becomes reddish. Or it say it comes with a smaller amount of urine, what I have said, that saraktam. So when a smaller amount of urine is passed with a smaller amount of blood is passed through urine, it becomes pink. When a larger amount of fresh blood is passed with urine, it becomes bright red. So these are the variations in color. Also there is yellowish discoloration of urine. Then again comes as a reddish, and in the case of Rakt mein, that there is Saraktam, Rakt dosh kajis, Rakt dosh prakop kajis, Rakt dosh prakop. Acharya Sutrut has especially mentioned in some context that Rakt dosh prakop, because, and that Ashmari, in the case of Ashmari and Pitta Jaspari, there is a reddish discoloration either of. And also in the case of Kaf Pitta Prakop, Acharya Yog Ratnakar have indicated that urine becomes reddish in color. Very clearly he have indicated it, that it becomes in the case of Pitta Prakop, what Acharya Yog Ratnakar have stated, Rakt Varna Bhavet Pitte Donjaje Misritam Bhavet. Sannipate cha Krishnam Shat. Or in the case of Sannipat, it becomes blackish. So these are the examples where it becomes there is abnormal discoloration of urine. So you can find out that on the basis of examination of urine, on the basis of examination of color of urine sample, you can find out the various disorders. And now we will discuss about odor of a urine sample. So it becomes odorless. And normally there is pungent smell. So it becomes odorless in the case of udak mein. Just I am referring so many times about udak mein, and you will see very clearly that aksham sitam bahusitam, aksham bahusitam sitam nirgandham udkopamam, means nirgandham udkopam. It is nirgandh, it is odorless. Whereas foul smelling is odor of urine sample have been also described in many contexts. I am quoting here some examples, as in the case of Rakt mein. You will see there Visram Ushram Salavlam Raktabham Rakt Mehta. There is Visragandh. There is Visram Ushram Salavlam Raktabham Rakt Mehta. Just like as there is in the same context, there is Manjistha mein, where Achar says that Visram Manjist mein, Visram Manjist mein, Manjist Salilopabham. So there is Visragandh. As in the same in the case of Vidvigad, you will also see that what says Achar says Vidgandham Mutret Tikshad. In the case of Vidbighat type of Mutraghat, the sample have Vidgandh. I that Vidgandh mein there is odor of fecal materials. That is the bit that causes Vidgandh. So along with this, there are number of places where you can see that there is a change in the order of urine sample have been described by Achar. On the basis of order, you can also decide that which type of disease may be there in the patient. So, as amount is important in the same way, examination of odor also reveals various disorders that has been described in the Ayurvedic texts. Now we will discuss about the appearance. So what is difference between appearance and color? You should know about that. And what is that color is paler or yellowish coloration. There is amber color and appearance is transparent. It is transparent. So normally urine sample is transparent and it is also found described as transparent as sitam, swachh, very clear in the case of udak mein. Udak may have so many descriptions. You will find out the aksham bausitam sitam nirgandham udkopamam. Means there are in udak mein as a single disease, you can see that there are number of physical appearance have been described by acharyas. Aksham, it is very clear. Bahu, it is increased in amount. Sitam, it is colorless. Nirgandham, it is odorless. And Udkopamam, it just look like water. So almost 4 parameters have been described. You can say all parameters. When there is increased amount of water is there, yeah, fluid part is there, then automatically you can consider that the specific gravity is also decreased. So almost all parameters have been described in the case of Udakme itself. So in the case of appearance, you will see that it is normally transparent and it is transparent in the case of Udakme too. And it becomes turbid. It becomes turbid. And so many disease has been described in text regarding the appearance of the turbid appearance of the urine sample. Sorry. So I am just quoting some here that Ajirn, in which we described as Tandul, Tandul Toevat. It becomes Tandul Toevat. It becomes like that. And so many there are. You will see there what he says that it is of Matulung Rasabhasam Sovirabham Jalopumam. That said, clearly there is indication of change in the urine uh, appearance of the urine sample. What he says, Mastulung Rasabhabam. It is just like a Jambiri Nibusurus and it is Savirabham. It is a kind of Surabises. And its appearance is changed. It looks like Savir. And what have been described in the case of Ikshume. Ikshoraso Pumamwa. Ikshorasamam Yuvatyartham. Ikshorasam Yuvatyartham. Surameham. You can see there Surameham Suratulyam. There is Sukrame. There is Shukrabham Sukrmishramva. Sukramehi Pramehati. There is Sukrabham Sukrameham. Sukrabham. There is Sukrabham Sukrmishram va Sukramehi Pramehati. So these examples reflects that Achar have very clearly considered about regarding the appearance of the urine sample and have described as they have noticed at various contests. So in various diseases you will find out the Acharya have described the appearance in the a change in appearance of the urine sample. And now last one is a specific gravity of the urine sample. And since the methods have never been described in Ayurvedic principle, how to know the specific gravity of urine sample, but nowadays you know well that there are methods for measuring the specific gravity, which also plays important role in diagnosis of certain diseases. So it is very important to know that whether there is any indication where Acharya have noticed the change in specific gravity. Basically, you all are aware that specific gravity depends on the various constituents of the urine sample. Say that it has protein, it has sugar, it has phosphate, it has epithelial cell, it has so many uh, parts. So, and nine almost 1 to 3% of these are either chemical or foreign element, that is WBC or pus cells, I can say. Now, I must say on the spot of WBC, it is degenerated WBCs are there. There may be RBCs, there may be increased epithelial cells, there may be stones, there may be so many things that can change the viscosity or concentration of the urine sample. So they causes increased amount of foreign element. Increase in the foreign element causes raised specific gravity. Whereas if the fluid part is increased, there is reduced specific gravity. So there we use two words. Either there is hypoastenuria or hyperesthenuria. So you must know that fluid part, if the fluid part is increased, that causes raised decreased resistance. That decreased resistance leads to hyposthenuria. As in the case of udak mein, what he says that there is udkopuma. It just like water. It has a lesser part of farm element, we can say there. And whereas in the case of ikshu mein, ikshu rasopumam, which it has increased uh, part of sugar, you can say. You know, ikshu rasopumam, you can say in the case of madhume. Whereas in the case of mutra shad, you can say that there is ghanam. So it becomes ghan, it becomes thick. So if it becomes thicker in concentration, so it will cause to raised specific gravity. In the case of majja mein, it becomes like majja. So its consistency is thick. It becomes thicker. It is concentrated in the vasa mein. There is a highly formed element which looks like vasa that causes raised specific gravity. So there are so many examples. In the case of Pisuchika, you will also found there is raised specific gravity. There in the case of diarrhea, where the amount of fluid is reduced, mutra ghato visangita. There is reduced outflow. Since reduced outflow is there, then that means that fluid content is reduced, so that leads to increased specific gravity. So in the case of you can say shukr mein, there is increased shukr, so that also causes sometimes increased specific gravity. In the case of uh, so many diseases are there in which you can see that if the concentration of urine is increased, as the part of farm element, that either sugar or protein or it is increased, so that causes increase in specific gravity. And one, there is a third part is also there, that is isosthenuria, where specific gravity of the urine is fixed between 1.008 to 1.012. If the specific gravity of urine sample is increased, is fixed at in between 1.008 to 1.012, it is termed as isosthenuria. It is mostly found in the case of uh, chronic nephritis, the chronic renal failure. Then isosthenuria is mainly found in the cases of chronic renal failure, CRF. They are, it becomes almost same. If you take sample of morning, you take sample of evening, you take sample of night, of any time or any day, it will be in the range of 1.008 to 1.012. This sample is known as, the specific gravity of that sample is known as isosthenuria. So, so on the basis of this discussion, we can clearly we can say that Achar have considered various factors in the various contests which has been described as physical examination of urine sample by the modern medicine while describing various diseases in their Ayurvedic texts. So you can see that there is they have noticed the change in color, they have noticed the change in specific gravity. You can say that they have noticed, like, so that becomes, there may be change in specific gravity, though clearly they have not described. And there is change in the appearance, they have also noticed, and change in order they have noticed. So almost all the criteria which has been described by the modern medicine as under the heading of physical examination has been considered by the our acharyas, and have they have described these characteristics very clearly in different contexts. So this is all about physical examination and preservation of urine sample, and we will discuss some new topic in our next discussion. Thank you. Thank you all. Stay fit.